All right, this is just a little quick little story, something, a little random story that I thought about. I was like, let me tell the motherfucking Poop Mafia about this. You know, I love my nieces and nephews. I gotta tell y'all everything. Y'all know what it is. And y'all know it's my off day. I'm like, let me just give y'all a random story on top of the story that I'm already giving y'all, right? Okay, so boom. Me and my homegirl one day, we in the hood, we chilling. I'm like, what you doing tonight? She like, nothing, I'm trying to be with you, bitch. What you on? I said, man, I don't know what I'm on. I'm like, man, these niggas up here dry. I'm like, what they drinking? She like, vodka. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, let's go to the store. So we get to the store. At this time, this one I was heavy on Remy. I'm like, let me get a bottle of Remy. The nigga in the store say, man, we sold out. And I'm like, bro, you lying. He said, I swear. He said, they didn't come bring no more Remy. I'm like, man. I'm like, now I'm finna have to go to the other store. So, only other stores in the West. Well, not the only other store, but I'm like, let me go there. I like to go to the store with good prices. I'm gonna be real with you. So, we go to the store in the West Side. So, when we get there, when we pass by their park, though, I'm like, damn, what the fuck the West got going on? It's a gang of motherfuckers in the park. Like, oh, shit. Like, you know, and ain't nobody tripping. Like the West Side Power Rules, I ain't got no beef with. I don't beef with nobody. I'm telling you right now. If I got an issue with a motherfucker, it's a personal issue. I don't give a fuck about what hood you from, no nothing. If you ain't did nothing directly to me, I don't give a fuck that my homie fucked your bitch 20 years ago. I'm not beefing behind that. What the fuck that got to do with me? You know what I'm talking about? I'm not beefing because your homie or my homie lost a fight 20 years ago and now we still beefing behind that shit. Man, y'all got me fucked up. We got life to live. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what that is. Cause y'all, you know, y'all quick to be like, oh, auntie, you know, you said it was a crib. It doesn't matter. I am. That's my past. But at the end of the day, I'm big on respect. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just not. Nah, it's all about how you conduct yourself and how you move. And I'm always been big on that when I was young. I ain't never just been the sloppy girl that just, oh, I'm for woo 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 and all. Man, that extra ass shit don't mean nothing. That shit, and you know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't never been extra out like that. It just was unnecessary. You get what I'm saying? For what? You can tell people where you from without being, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I said, it's all on how you conduct yourself. So anyway, we get up in the store. We get up in the store. I'm like, hey, can I let me get a bottle of Remy? He like, okay. Then I'm like, oh shit, I wanted some skin. So it was a dude behind me. I was like, you can go ahead, baby. I said because I don't even remember all, like I forgot something else I wanted or whatever. She was like, you know how you is. Think about everything you want because we don't need to be coming back to the store. I was like, is we just go drink 1/5 though? She was like, yeah, that's the thing. She was like, let me just go on and buy another one. I'm like, all right, you buy one, I'll buy one. I'm like, let's get some skins. I was like, what we go do tonight? She was like, you don't want to go skating? I say, nah, I don't want to go skating. I say, man, no, because I don't feel like sneaking no bottle in and all that. I'm like, we can't smoke in here. She was like, you want to go to the bar or something? I'm like, we could do that. I'm like, that's cool. And then she was like, but shit, I ain't really trying to go home. I said, shit, me neither. She was like, I already know what you want, Pool. You want to get a room or something. I said, man, we might as well throw like a little kickback or something. I'm like, what else we doing? I'm like, you know me, I want to get in the pool. She like already knew. I'm like, and I'd rather drink smoke at the pool with the music and the homies. Like, that's a good time. She like, yeah. She like, but fuck that. I need a friend. I said, bitch, me too, me and you by ourselves. I was like, well, we gonna have to settle for the homies. So we about to leave out the store. I'm like, oh fuck, did all that and forgot the blunts. So I go back in the store. He like the nigga. So the nigga that I let go in front of me. He like, how you doing? I'm like, oh hi, how you doing? So I waited on the girl that was in front of me to go. She went. So then I'm at the counter. I'm like, can I get some blunts? Well, give me the blunts. So by the end, the homegirl turned around like, girl, stay you so long. I was like, oh, somebody in there. She was like, oh. She was like, I was just making sure because, of course, we on the other side of town. You feel me? We ain't in our hood. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you got to be aware. So the nigga like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing fine. How you doing? I'm like, you cute. But I was just, just being, how I am. I'm like, oh, you cute. He was like, thank you. He was like, you cute, too. I was like, oh, thank you. He was like, what's your name? I'm like, my name Paul. I'm like, what's your name? He like, my name Eric. I'm like, oh, okay. How you doing, Eric? I'm like, I was like, how you doing? He was like, I'm good. I was like, well, all right then. Nice meeting you, baby. He was like, nice meeting me. He like, shit, what's up? I'm like, what you mean, what's up? He like, you gonna invite me to the hotel party? I'm like, we was just throwing out ideas. We just didn't have nothing to do tonight. You know what I'm talking about? He was like, so I'm saying, you got something to do. What's up? He like, what, a nigga need to drop on the room? I was like, boy, stop playing. You ain't. Boy, stop playing with me. He was like, so how much the room cost? Like, where we going? I was like, I do not know you. He was like, what you need to know? I was like, oh my God. I'm like, boy, so my homegirl was like, yep, you can drop on the room. She was like, so where your homeboy at? He was like, shit, follow me. Follow you? Where we following you to? He was like, the park. I said, look, baby, let me be real with you. I said, I'm a crip. I'm from the other side. I said, I used to work at y'all park. He was like, you sure did? He was like, you used to work here in the summer, huh? I said, yeah. He said, I remember you. I said, yeah. He said, okay, okay. I said, I just don't want no shit, baby. He was like, nah, you good, you good. You know what I'm talking about? So we follow him to the park. I pull on the side of his car. He was like, you good? He like, stay right here. I'm finna go get my boy. She was like, wait, you don't know what type I want? He said, man, I'm finna bring you a variety, don't trip. Oh, we dying laughing. We in the car. The homegirl like, bitch, turn the car around in case we gotta get up out of here. I said, bitch, I used to work here. They all know I'm a crib. I ain't never had an issue. My auntie stay on Paru Street. Like, I ain't never had an issue over there in the West at all my whole motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had an issue. Like, I ain't never got into it with nobody. Like, nothing. So, he bring like 4 niggas to the car. He like, y'all speak. The niggas like, oh, what's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? And this one nigga, he look. He like, don't I know you? I'm like, who, me? I was like, you probably do. I used to work up here last summer. He was like, oh, you sure did. He like, yeah, you that Crip girl. I was like, boy, I was like, look, we grown. He was like, nah, you good. He was like, my daughter still be asking about you. He was like, good looking. And then it reminded me, oh, I remember I helped his daughter learn how to pronounce all her words. I used to do the after school shit up there or whatever. So I used to work there, but I used to help the kids with their homework and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, always been good. That's what I did after school teaching at parks and at apartment buildings. So a lot of kids know me from like Compton and Watts and LA and shit like that. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It was a good thing. So the homegirl was like, damn, who is this nigga right here? It was this fine, dark skinned nigga from the West. I mean, he was chocolate body Addy. I'm like, damn, bitch, he fine, but my friend look good too. So I ain't even tripping. She like, oh, what's up with you? He like, nothing. He like, you beautiful. I was like, oh. I said, bitch, he ain't say you was cute. He said you was beautiful, bitch. She was like, you handsome yourself. I said, oh shit. These motherfuckers using words like handsome and beautiful. What? What's going on? Y'all know we a clown. So everybody laughing. He like, so you finna go get that room? Hell yeah, I'm finna go get that motherfucker. Fuck you mean, baby, right now. About to go get that motherfucker. So he like, you want me to ride with you? I'm like, yeah, you can ride with me. So the homegirl like, let me get in the back. He was like, nah, you finna get in the car with the homie. She like, oh, okay. So I tell her, I said, well, y'all take this bottle in case you want to drink while you ride with him. She was like, yeah, I do. I said, no, I just cracked this bottle. And she was like, no. She was like, you got one of your cups in the car? I said, damn, bitch, I ain't think about it. I had 2 of them. I was like, we tripping. She was like, I'll just fill up this cup and I'll fill up that one. I'll say, yep, you right. He was like, he say, hey, I gotta go make a run. I gotta go drop that off. And she was like, oh, well, I could just ride with them. He was like, no, I want you with me. She was like, okay. Right. Now, this is like 30 minutes. We already hooked up, bitch. It's a wrap. It's going down. Fuck you mean. So, we go get the room or whatever. He was like, what room we going to? I'm like, my little spot or whatever. He like, oh, you got a spot? I said, I just don't really do rooms in LA like that. That's just me. I said, you know what I'm saying? I like to take a drive, check out the scenery. You feel me? I was like, being local ain't it. He was like, that's some real shit. So the whole time we drive into the room, we just talking. And my homegirl already know what room we going to. You feel me? This is our spot. Everybody know, like when I was younger, I went to Buena Park. Even though Buena Park is not that far, it's a distance when you fucking with a nigga from Compton instead of you going to a local ass room in Compton or LA or Watts or Carson or something like that because everybody know everybody. At least when you drive to Buena Park, you ain't liable to see nobody at the rooms. You feel me? And then I always got a room by Knott's Berry Farm, but stayed back and then they used to be like cheap. like reasonable and they nice and big. You get what I'm saying? Like they had nice ass rooms because they buy Knott's Berry Farm and all that. So boom, that's where we went. We went and got the room or whatever. So we chilling. The homegirl and them pull up. He like, this got 2 beds with Whoop. He like, I said it's big enough. We can all stay in here. He was like, nah, I'm gonna need my space. They gonna have to get their own room. So I tell the homegirl like, I'll go half with you. She was like, shit, he already gave me the money. Oh, okay, because like I said, this was something that we was doing anyway, so I didn't expect no nigga being real. Like, even though he said he got money on the room, but this was something we was doing anyway. So, you got to check the temperature, see what type of niggas you with, because we done made a quick ass decision to be some rats. You feel me? Chase this motherfucking cheese. You understand? So they go get the room, and they get a room right next door to us. So now we chilling. He like, man. He like, we finna have a ball. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, I'm finna change into my clothes. Oh, but remind you, I left that part out. We did stop and go get me some clothes. So let me go back to this part. So she called me. She like, bitch, what I'm aware. I said, man. I said, well, you still got that outfit that you left at my house. I said, I can grab that. And I said, I keep a gang of bathing suits. One thing everybody know about me, like, I buy bathing suits in medium, small, extra large, 3X, 4X. If I see them on sale, that's just me. Always been me. My sister's smaller than me. And she'd be like, girl, you can't fit this bathing suit. I know, bitch, but it was only $4 at Ross. So I bought it. And I always have bathing suits for my homegirls. I do. That's how much I love water. Like, bullshit you not. So I go get her some shit, get my stuff. And like I said, we left. But when we pulled up, my brother was like, who you with? Oh, Lord, we don't need no drama. I'm like, babe. He like, man, I ain't tripping. I told my brother, mind your fucking business. And he like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't worried about it. Get my shit, I leave. So like I said, we get there. So now we get there, we chilling. We order pizza, we talking. We in there drinking, smoking. We just really having a good time. Now, it ain't been like 3 hours. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really having a good time. So now the homies calling like, where y'all at? Y'all supposed to bring us something back from the store. Totally forgot about the homies. Totally forgot them niggas asked us to bring back like some chips and something and some blunts or some shit. Oh well, bitch, I'm not your store runner, bitch. I'm over here trying to be a fucking just talking about. You feel me? So we have a good time. So he like, hey, you mind if I handle some business? I'm like, nah, so do what you do or whatever. So next thing I know, we get a knock on the door. Oh, okay, what's going on? It's a bitch at the door. Who's she here for? He like, that's for me. Don't trip. It's nothing. Oh, okay. So he telling her like, you ready? She like, yes, I'm ready. He like, all right. He like, go get that money. She like, okay. I'm like, that's your bitch. He was like, that's my hoe. I was like, oh. I said, so what? She your bitch? Like, cause I'm like, at the end of the day, this is my room. Like, I understand you and half on me with this room. I said, but at the end of the day, like, what's this? He like, let me, like, you know what, my bad. He said, let me go on and handle this. He called her back in there. He said, check this out. He like, do you belong to me? She like, yeah. He said, but is we together? She was like, I get money, this, and that. He like, am I your nigga? She was like, no. He said, what am I? She was like, you my protector. He was like, that's it and that's all. He like, I don't fuck on her. He like, I don't conduct business like that. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. It's all good. She like, no, I'm just really a hoe. I ain't from out here. She like, this is what I do. Well, all right, fine. I don't give a fuck. The homegirl knocking the door like, bitch, this nigga had a bitch come. I said, nigga, this nigga had a bitch come too. She like, bitch, damn. I said, bitch, damn. So I was like, oh, well, we out here. Ain't no point in even tripping. Like, this ain't our niggas. That's what we get. We just met them. We just having fun. It is what it is, right? So about maybe like 3 hours later, the bitches come back. They come back with money, drop it off. He like, go get the money. She like, all right, well, I got a date, this, and that. Well, it's an overnight date, da-da-da-da-da. He like, all right, get that bread, drop it off, do what you do, whatever, whatever. So I'm kind of like in my feelings. Like, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, this supposed to be my fairy tale. Nigga, this supposed to be my motherfucker. I thought we was going together already. I was confused. Confused like a motherfucker. I thought we was finna get married. Fuck as you mean? Like, what? So now I'm like, oh, if I was go fuck him, I'm not fucking him. I don't care. I'm cool. He like, let me talk to you. I'm like, what's up? He like, what's up with your attitude? I'm like, ain't nothing up with my attitude. What you mean? He like, what's up with you? He like, hey, check this out on Westside Pablo. I'm not one of them niggas. He like, stop playing with me. He like, come here. I'm like, no. He like, come here, stop playing with me. He like, hey, I told you, man, that's business. I'm like, it's all good. I'm like, you not my nigga. I'm like, you don't owe me nothing. I just met you. This some random shit we shouldn't even been doing anyway. He like, oh yeah, that's how you feel? I say, yeah, that's how I feel. I said, cause I don't really know nothing about you. And here we is all the way in Buena Park in the room, just on some young dumb shit. I'm like, we stupid. He like, so you think you stupid cause you met a nigga that you vibing with and y'all chilling? He like, man, you motherfuckers is weird. I'm like, I'm far from weird. He like, yeah, you acting weird. I'm like, I'm not acting weird. I'm like, it's just funny. A nigga that I'm vibing with have his hoe come knock on the door. That's weird. I'm like, nigga, I'm all the way from the other side, my nigga. How would you feel if one of my homies came and knocked on the door, nigga? Like, let's keep it a butt. He like, hey, calm the fuck down. I get what you saying. I apologize. Calm down. Calm down. I'm like, it's all good. He like, look, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. I said, you the one out here handling business. I'm like, I ain't got no problem leaving. He like, you go leave? I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get up out of here. He like, all right. He like, hey, well, here go your money for the room. I'm like, good looking. I'm like, that's the least you can do since you conducting business out this motherfucker. He like, but I asked you. In which he did. You know what I'm talking about? So, I'm getting my stuff. I don't even give a fuck. My homegirl, like, I thought we was finna get in the pool. I'm like, I'm not getting this shit. I'm like, I'm about to go. You can step you want to. She like, yeah, me and our boy vibing. He let me know it's just business. It's all good. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, but I'm out of here. So, I'm like, y'all enjoy, whatever. So, I'm putting my stuff in the trunk, right? My homegirl like, bitch, you really gonna leave me? I was like, bitch, no. I just want to see if he gonna come chase me. She was like, bitch, you so fucking dramatic. Bitch, and I know. Fuck you mean. And so the homegirl was like, no, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't do that. Don't do that, right? So his homeboy like, hey, what's up with you? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, I'm just irritated. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm trying to make y'all feel comfortable. I would appreciate if y'all make us feel comfortable. I'm like, I'm from the other side. You got random bitches knocking on the door. I said, that wouldn't be cool if I did that. Y'all think we trying to set y'all up to get killed or robbed. I'm like, so I'm just throwed off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I understand y'all can conducting business. Excuse me. I'm like, but this right here, you know, this next level or whatever. He like, man, I understand where you coming from. He like, let me go talk to the bro. He kind of stubborn. Like, I'm like, nah, you ain't gotta talk to him. I'm like, I'm finna go grab me something. I was like, I'm gonna turn in my key. I was like, and I'm good. I'm like, it's all good. He like, man, don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'm like, nah, I'm out of here. I'm like, it's all good. So me and the homegirl laughing when he walk off and go back in the room to where his homeboy at. So I could hear his homeboy like, man, blood, oh, on rules, like she tripping over nothing. I like her little thick ass, but man, he like, well, I can hear him talking. And so I'm hearing them talk, so I tell the homegirl, like, all right. So now I'm sitting in the car. She's standing at the door like, bitch, I ain't finna be in this episode of your drama, bitch. She like, I'm trying to get some dick. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, girl, stand your ass right here. She like, she's still in actress mode with me. She like, don't leave, bitch, don't leave. He didn't mean it like that because now they coming out the door. She like, it's not that big. She like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm like, move, bitch. So she moved and I closed my door, start the car. I'm starting to bag off. He like, I'm still backing off. He like, don't do that on Pyro, don't do that. I'm trying to talk to you. So I throw the car in park. I'm like, wait. He like, roll down the window. I roll down the window just a little bit. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, roll down the window. Why you acting like I'm gonna do something to you? He like, roll down the window. I roll down the window. I'm like, wait. He like, man, pull the fucking car up and stop acting like that. He like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with me. You just not understand. He like, I get it. I get it. You don't want a nigga feeling like it's a setup vibe. I get it. I apologize. It's all good. It's all good. He like, now come back in the house. Like, you know, come back in the room, whatever. Okay. He like, man, stop acting like that. We about to keep vibing and having a good time. Come on. Don't you want to get in the pool? Come on, stop playing. So now we done went through 2 bottles. Okay, I go back in the room. I change my clothes, but I'm like moving slow. He like, man, stop doing it. He like, we about to get another bottle. He like, if I get another bottle and we keep chilling, you gonna be good. If she don't come back no more tonight, like you gonna be good. I'm like, yeah. He like, all right, I understand, babe. Come here. And that motherfucker grabbed me and kissed me. When he kissed me, I'm talking about, I'm talking about. I was like, oh, oh, I like him. Oh, he know how to kiss me. Like I'm big on kissing. Like, oh, oh, he know how to kiss. And the way he grabbed me, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm giving him some. Yeah, I'm giving him some. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh. And then he slapped me on my ass and was like, stop acting like that. And I was like, that ain't gonna work. He was like, man, chill out. So they go get another bottle. I get in the pool. When we get in the pool, this particular day, it's a couple of black people out there because I guess they traveled. They traveled to go to Knott's Berry Farm or whatever. So we all out there in the pool. Boom, we got the radio. We chilling. Like, we big chilling and shit. So we have a good night. So now it's time to get cracking. We go back in the room. It's probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock. We all in there talking shit. They like, all right, we finna go to the room. I'm like, okay. So we still in there playing music or whatever. He like, you still mad? I'm like, no, I ain't mad. He like, come on, come lay with me. I'm like, let me get in the shower real quick. He like, all right. So I get in the shower because he had already got in the shower. I get in the shower, I get out, I go lay by him. But I put on like my shirt and my shorts. He like, what you put all that on for? I'm like, cuz we about to go to bed. He like, okay. So we laying there, we watching TV. He holding me. My motherfucker get the kissing on me, kissing on my neck. He like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's all good. I ain't tripping. I was like, I don't know. I said, I don't know what was wrong with me. He like, cause you were already starting to love me. Oh, I was in delusion. You know, I wanted to be in delusion that day. I was like, no, I'm not. He was like, yes, you is. That's why you getting so mad. Oh, now he kissing on the nigga, kissing on the nigga. He get down there, he kissing. He like, I'm sorry. I'm like, okay. He like, you accept my apology? I'm like, with every lick or every suck, I'm like, yes, yes, bitch. Matter of fact, I apologize. Baby, won't you forgive me? I do. I'm talking about, baby. I apologize. Why is this so bomb? Why is you so? Why did you? Oh shit! So I'm just about to release in your face. Oh, 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 oh. Now I want the D. He like, nah, you good. Please don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. He like, nah, you want to show out earlier. I'm like, don't do that. So he get up out the bed, he wipe his face, and he stand up, and I'm looking like, oh, God took his time with you. Oh, this is why you got hoes. Oh, oh, but I need that in me. I need that in me. I want that. He like, nah. I'm like, all right. I'm like, it's all good. I keep drinking, I'm smoking, because at this time I'm like, I didn't already got off, so I'm not even mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. So the rest of the night, I was just acting normal, like, babe, you good? Woo, 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 woo. So later on, the homegirl called me like, bitch, I can't sleep. I'm like, me neither. I'm like, what you doing? She like, nothing. I'm like, well, come on, come over here. So me and her, we sitting up there talking, and we just talking so normal. I'm like, girl, remember we went here, we did that. I'm like, I know. I was like, oh, bitch, we missed the party tonight. We were supposed to go. She was like, yeah. Whoopty Whoop was calling my phone. I was like, yeah, my phone ain't stopped ringing, whatever, right? I'm like, you already know. And so by then, me and her didn't really like tune him out because me and her in our own conversation, and she fuck around and say some shit like, you know, Whoopty Whoop gonna be mad at you. I say, nigga, stay mad, but it's all good. I ain't tripping. He like, hey, what's up with y'all? I'm like, what? He like, so you just gonna be talking about niggas in my face like that? I said, but you had a whole hoe come over here. What you talking about? He like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. He like, hey, you mind going back next door? Let me holler at her. She like, what you about to do to my homegirl? He like, some damage. She like, nigga, you not finna hit my homegirl. He like, man, I'm finna hit your homegirl. She like, oh, nigga, no, you not. He was like, yes, I am. And then I was like, girl, be quiet. I was like, I got it. I ain't worried about it. Because I caught on to what he's saying. As soon as she walked out the door, that nigga grabbed me like, come here. He like, what's up with you? I'm like, nothing. Why you grabbing me like that? That nigga said, shut up, bend me over and just. I'm talking about, fuck wrong with you talking about this nigga in my face? Like, well, who gonna be mad at you? Who gonna be? And I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna give y'all the rest of the story tonight.